It seems like everyone has a Facebook account these days. I'm friends with my grandmother, for Pete's sake. My grandmother. What is it about the platform that attracts so many users, both young and old? Social networking sites, or SNSs, have a specific purpose. But as their user base expands daily, they are moving further and further away from their intended purposes, and more towards places where people can go to boost their egos. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and others are nothing more than popularity contests. How many likes, favorites, retweets can I get on this picture or post? Hope is not all lost. We can reverse this trend, but it will require everyone to make a conscious change in their online behavior. Facebook was once a site for sharing ideas, photos, posts, and connecting with friends. It still is, but these things now come with an added goal. How many likes can I get on this picture? Instagram is the same. In my mind, Instagram is a place where I can go to see my friends' best photos as well as see famous photographers' photos from around the world. This platform is also suffering from the like epidemic. And then moving on to Twitter. Twitter is a place where people can go to share their mind, whatever's going on. It's a little bit more informal than Facebook, but it's also a victim of the like epidemic. Everyone wants to share their best or funniest ideas in order to increase their popularity. So as these sites move away from their original purpose, so do we from our original and unfiltered normal self. The self that many people put out on the internet is not usually the person that they are in real life. I know I'm a victim of this process as well. I really can't blame myself or anyone else for doing this process, because with how easy it is to pull up someone's profile on a social networking site these days, who wouldn't want to put their best foot forward even if it isn't their foot? So research by Catalina Toma and Jeffrey Hancock in Self-Affirmation Underlies Facebook Use shows that SNSs are viewed as a convenient tool for procrastinating, gossiping, and relieving boredom, among other things. Claude Steele's self-affirmation theory is a psychological theory that focuses on how individuals adapt to information or experiences that are threatening to their self-concept. It also contends that if individuals reflect on values that are personally relevant to them, then they are less likely to experience distress and react defensively when confronted with information that contradicts or threatens their sense of self. Toma and Hancock say that this theory can be used to understand SNS's appeal. They believe that the presence of a large audience who can scrutinize one's profile should be enough for a person to present themselves in a positive light online. In lecture, we talked about how social networks focus on connecting people and building relationships. But when it turns into an ego-boosting place, how real are these relationships? Are people being themselves online, or are they being the people that they think others want them to be? Natasha Singer's New York Times article, Toning Down the Tweets Just in Case Colleges Pry, discusses how students are cleaning up their online public profiles before even applying to college in order to be better candidates. This is another way of putting one's best foot forward online. There are serious side effects to not doing image cleaning in this case, like not getting in. So moving on, I am no social media guru, but I am a first-hand witness to online interaction, and that should be enough for me to present an educated solution. My solution to relieve this ego-centered approach users take to social networks is simple. Use the sites for their intended purpose. If you don't get 50 plus likes on your Facebook profile picture, who cares? Move on. It doesn't mean people don't like you or don't find you attractive. They probably were just not online. Maybe they weren't online for whatever reason. There's any number of reasons for not liking something. These sites were a place where people genuinely expressed their opinions and thoughts and published a profile that was more indicative of them as a person. The atmosphere would be immensely more interesting and sincere. Problems might arise with too much honesty online, and there's definitely a line that shouldn't be crossed, but I would much rather see someone post a status about something that they don't like, which sparks an energetic and heartfelt debate, rather than a name-calling and catfight-oriented comment war to try and gain some sort of superiority. Self-affirmation theory comes into effect here because if people were genuinely comfortable with their beliefs, online interaction would turn less batty and less hectic in situations like the one I just described. So to conclude, it is possible to move social networks away from the popularity contest that they have become. With that change will come genuine self-affirmation, not fake self-affirmation based on others' fake online personas. A little bit of cleaning and filtering is certainly necessary, especially when applying for jobs or school. But if we are all ourselves, we can fix so many of the problems centered around these sites. Keep in mind, it's so much more stressful and takes a lot more time to be something you aren't, rather than the fun and unique self that you are.